What's happening all this like multiple times trying to get this to work. Internet is not the awesomest where I'm at right now. So I'm not even able to get the charts to work right. So ultimately, at least when I get a message out, we got this week a lot of the payroll numbers came out. This is what has been driving the market. You're going to see the market's on fire all over the place. Things going crazy. They're popping hard, popping really, really heavy in the mortgage-backed securities. We saw a lot of recovery this week with respect to where the bonds were. They pushed way out of that channel. So I drawn that upper channel. Then I showed the lower channel. It pushed out of the lower channel, then worked its way back in. Now it's basically working its way back into the upper channel as of yesterday. So all of those things, all because of what is showing in the jobs for the most part. The jobs report is being a little bit more honest than it has been, in my opinion. Now, I can't be certain. We'll find out when they come out with revisions. It could be even worse than what they're saying now, because they've been very, very, very good about padding that stuff to make it look like there's more going on in the jobs and it's a better economy than it really is. Guys, our economy is pretty freaking rough. As we saw earlier, we had a lot of information coming over with respect to the inflation numbers overseas, and that affects, the global economy. That affected, our market to be a little bit more of an improvement. Then we start seeing what's going on in the jobs report, showing that it is weaker out there. Fewer jobs, and people are spending less money. That means inflation might be getting a little bit more under control. And you start considering that the economy is getting that beat up. But what's also crazy, inflation is still out of hand, because people are overspending, again, because we're consumers, and you need that little bit of jolt of dopamine every time you buy something, whether or not you even use the item or not, just want to buy it. So because of all that, there is evidence that, the market is, or the economy itself is starting to wane a bit. That people will want to invest more into a long-term instrument like a bond, a little bit more secure, away from a lot of the freakiness what's going on, because we don't know. We could see if it starts to get weaker and weaker, we can have a lot more of a recession or crash on our hands, potentially. Now, where my worries are not at is in the housing side of it, housing sector. Still a ton of demand. People still need places to live, and there's just not a lot of inventory out there. There will not be a lot of inventory. I feel bad for the people that took the ARMs. Guys, you guys took the ARMs as short-term instruments. Man, the talk is you guys are going to be the next inventory. Sorry, if you took those things, got talked into those things, people that talked you into them, that's not the type of person I would go back to. If you were talked into doing an ARM or a short-term instrument by anybody, that's not a person that had your interests in mind. I don't think it's a person you should go back to and work with, because they were just trying to sell a deal. That's just an Aaron Chapman opinion. You have your own on that. I just don't think that was a good move whatsoever, especially on something with a long-term instrument available. That's one thing if it's a business transaction, right? Commercial transaction, that's normal. If you're talking about houses, you're talking about investment properties, that's the norm. It's easily a 30-year fixed. And like Warren Buffett said, it's the greatest financial instrument in history. It's a one-way bet. If you're wrong and the rates go down, you just refinance. But if you're right and the rates go up, you protected yourself. So that's at least the speculation I'm hearing, that that's where some of the inventory is going to come from in the near future. There's people that having those adjustments happening, and it gets out of hand because interest rates are going to keep climbing on us. Today we got a really good, today and yesterday, we got a good, at least reprieve from that climb, but I don't think the climb is done. So appreciate you guys. Wish I could show you charts. We'll probably get back to that on Tuesday. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Scotty, Carla, happy birthday. Appreciate you guys.